What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk, coming to you live from the studio now in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, back up at my apartment. So I want to get into this. I want to talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes 2020 football preview. It all starts at the quarterback position with Justin Fields, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in college football, 41 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. We've talked about it before. He is just a fantastic quarterback, and he's going to be their identity on offense. He's going to make a guy that makes them go. Great receivers, too, at Ohio State. They've recruited well at that position. Haven't in the years past really developed that talent well at Ohio State. You've seen them really blossom by the time they get to the NFL. Some guys like Michael Thomas, Terry McLaurin, you've seen them really take off when they get to the NFL. This year, Garrett Wilson's a guy did a specific take on. Garrett Wilson's a guy that's primed for a sophomore breakout year, had a fantastic freshman year, 5 touchdown catches, and good amount of yardage to go along with. I don't remember exactly the specific number. I don't want to give a misinformation. Chris Olave, very fast guy that's going to look to have a breakout season next year. Olave, very talented receiver. He's going to be likely their Fields' number one go-to guy. A speedster that can get deep, do some work underneath. At running back, they bring in Trey Sermon, transfer from Oklahoma. Sermon, very productive at Oklahoma. Injury issues last year, but the year prior in 2018, 900 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, average, 5.8 to 6 yards per carry, somewhere in that range. Very talented kid. Ohio State needs help at the running back positions because they lost Master Teague to an Achilles injury, so they're not sure if he'll play this season. So Sermon will help them desperately at a position that they don't have a lot of depth at anymore with the injury to Master Teague. So that's a big addition there. Sermon coming over from Oklahoma to the Buckeyes. The offensive line should be solid. They got a guy, Nicholas Patet-Freer, should be one of the starters at tackle. He's a very talented kid. They lose Jonah Jackson. He hails to the Detroit Lions. He was just a beast in pass protection for the Buckeyes last year. Bring in a highly touted kid he was a freshman in 29. Harry Miller's a talented kid. Look for him. The offensive line should be very solid. It was good last year. Probably not going to be as good as it was, but should be very, very good. Very solid, anyways. The defensive side of the ball, Zach Harrison's a guy to watch out for. One of the top recruits in the country. He heads into his sophomore year. Also have Tyreek Smith at the defensive end position. Jonathan Cooper. In the defensive back should be solid. Shaun Wade's one of the top corners in the country. Number 1 corner on Mel Kiper's big board. A guy that can really do it all, play in the slot, outside. Well, I take that back. I'm interested to see how he plays on the outside because he mostly played in the slot, almost a little bit at safety. So we'll see how he does outside at corner. But Shaun Wade, a talented guy, possibly the top corner in college football, and has a chance to be the first corner off the board in the 2021 NFL Draft. But Ohio State's schedule is a little tougher. Week 2 at Oregon, that's going to be a telling game. I say that this is a big year for Ryan Day because first year he's kind of carried over what Urban Meyer's built on. Right now, you're going to get to see more of how he runs his program, how the program's going to continue to run with Ryan Day running the show. We'll see if he can sustain this. There's some coaches that take over, like Chip Kelly when he left Oregon. The offensive coordinator took over, and they were solid for a year or two, and then it just kind of collapsed. We'll see if Ryan Day can keep Urban Meyer's players in great positions to succeed and develop his own program and sustain that for the years to come. That's what's going to be key to see. But I think Ohio State wins the Big Ten this year. I think they beat Michigan. I think they can beat Penn State. I think they have more talent than those other teams in the Big Ten. Look for Ohio State to win the Big Ten this year. But yeah, Ohio State, their recruiting has just been ridiculous. Bringing a 5-star Julian Fleming at the wide receiver position. Very highly touted kid. Their recruiting is just taken off. Number 1 class for 2020, according to 24/7. So that's been the story for a while now. Even under Tressel, they recruited pretty well. Under Urban Meyer, the recruiting has just been taken to a whole nother level, and it looks like Ryan Day is going to continue that success. Ryan Day, pretty good coach, very good offensive mind. I respect his play calling. But yeah, the Oregon game is going to be telling because when he's gotten big games, it's been kind of interesting. The Clemson game, they look rattled coming out in the second half, and they were a team that was up. You swear they were what were they? Yeah, they were up by 2, and you swear they were down in that game, and they yet to make adjustments. So we'll see Oregon. What I'm anxious to see week 2 is Ohio State. If they get tested, how do they respond? It's a hostile environment. Fields versus that Oregon defense should be a great one. But yeah, Justin Fields, this is going to be a big year for him as far as NFL draft goes, because there's some of the guys on YouTube specifically have analyzed Justin Fields and have identified some flaws in his game about his inaccuracies passing sometimes. So we'll see if he cleans that up and can take his game to a next level. Some things he could even pass Trevor Lawrence as the not only number one quarterback, but the number one prospect for the 2021 NFL Draft. So we'll have to see about that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Big Time Football Talk. Let's try to get 10 likes on this video. Like if you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more episodes from Big Time Football Talk. Until next time, peace.